Okay, and this is one of the areas it's very serious for you guys to get the comprehension on, that when your check is going up, that's when you should still make certain that you're working and doing the things first line, because at some point it's going to level off. When the check keeps going up and your people underneath you are going up and up and up and up, at some point it has to level off. And remember this, every single year you're going to have so many people that drop out. Write that down. Every single year you're going to have a certain amount of people that drop out. So here you are, you did all this business. Now you got your people underneath you going up and up and up. Your check's going up and up and up. You stop doing what you're supposed to be doing every month. You got people dropping out every single year. You got your people's people dropping out every single year. And you have to go flat at some point, or you're going to go down. That's the only couple of things that can happen if you keep out here month after month, year after year, doing nothing. Okay? You got to, number one, earn the money that you get. Write that down. Then you got to work to keep the money that you get. And then if you want to make more, you got to work more to get more. This is a very simple concept. And I know sometimes people get, they for some reason they just don't get it. Listen, when your people are coming up underneath you, yes, that check's going up, but at some point it's got to flatten out. And at some point, if everybody doesn't get on the boogie wagon, it starts going down. So if you don't want to have any of that happen, it's a lot more fun if you just keep doing it every single month, so much every single month. Your people do so much every month. This is way you can keep your check going up every single month. Now, here's what's exciting about when your check's going up every single month. The people that you go show the business to, the percentages of people getting into the company, signing the application, breaking supervisor, and go to get team becomes faster. Write that down. Your percentages always increase when you got momentum going on. If you're only out here and you're sponsoring 1 or 2 people a month, or 6 or 7 people a year, listen, the percentages of people going, wow, this is incredible. Wow, this is unbelievable. Let's get in. It's hot. Let's go to the get team, are small. But when you're out here doing it all the time and you start getting momentum and it looks like everything's happening and your check's going every month, okay, people say it's going, it's happening, it's clear. I need to sign up. I need to get in now. I need to go to get team. So your percentages, write this down, increase when you have momentum. Write that down. That means it's actually easier when you're working harder. Because after every training class that you guys go to, no matter how many we go to, and we can teach you every single kind of method that there is. Everything as far as the business is concerned, as far as making more money, except for the little promotions that we put in here to get people excited and they do more and all that stuff. When you come down to the basics of the business, everything's about ring, ring. Now, when I say ring, ring, that means something that you're doing to talk to people, okay? No matter what it is. We can talk about all the methods all day long, but everything is a percentage of everything. So it doesn't make any difference what you do. What's important is that you're clear on what you need to do. And what you need to do is talk to enough people every single day so you can get ring, ring going on. Because if you got ring, ring going on, you're going to talk to a certain amount of people that say yes, and a certain amount of people are going to join. First line. Then there's going to be a certain amount of the people that you sign up first line that are going to go to supervisor. And there's going to be a certain amount of people that go to supervisor, get with the deal and say, I'm going to get on to the world team. And a certain amount of the people that get the world team are going to go to the get team. And a certain amount of the people that get the get team are going to get the millionaire team. And a certain amount of the percentage of the people that get the millionaire team are going to go president's team. And all you got to do is keep doing this ring, ring, sponsor, sponsor, supervisor, supervisor. This will get you your 5 legs eventually to get the chairman's club. And that's all it is. Now, does it get boring sometimes? Yes. Can it be aggravating sometimes? No question about it. Okay? Can you get sick and tired of doing it over and over and over and over and over and over again? Sure. But it's kind of hard to get sick and tired of it when your check is going up every single month.
Bet we finna stop it right there. Hold up. Unshare. Stop share. Let me put this on me. What up? What up? What up? Everybody, welcome to the call. Jerry Cooper, current global expansion team member. Running all the way to 30K. Super excited, fired up about that, and bringing a lot of people with me because ultimately that's what it's about. Just like Marquise was saying, it's about bringing the people with you. It's about having the percentages, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's not going to make it, but you can have a higher percentage of people if you sponsor more people. You know what I'm saying? It's about having more fun. I agree that when you start doing a business, right? When you start doing it at a higher level, you start bringing more people in, it becomes a lot more fun when you got people in your downline with you. It makes you show up a lot more powerfully. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people looking at you. They're kind of like almost like your kids, almost like, oh, I want to make them proud. I want them to look at me as a superhero, almost, right? So therefore, in turn, it makes you show up differently. It makes you show up powerfully. It makes you do, more things. And the more time that you spend in the business and the more diligent that you are at the business in general, right? Signing people up, getting distributors, getting new clients and everything like that, you're going to do more business, right? So I was actually looking at some numbers for the past 3 years, right? So let me tell you guys these numbers because I wrote them down. So in 2018, type A1 if you was in a business in 2018. Type 1 if you was in a business in 2018, so I could see. Couple people, okay. So that means a lot of people that wasn't in a business at 2018. So in 2018, I was in the business for 4.5 years, 4 years, right? Maybe going on 5. In 2018, my business did 68,000 total, right? $68,000 in total sales from our organization, which was cool. You know what I'm saying? The next year, 2019, it did 100K, right? So almost double, not all the way, but almost double. And then last year, it got kind of crazy, and we pretty much did just under $300,000 in sales, right? Total from the year before. So how do you go from 68,000 to 300,000? Or in fact, how do you go from 100,000 to 300,000? It's not a secret. I'm gonna tell you guys this. It's about just staying consistent. I didn't do it. I just want to make sure. I just want to be clear for the new people that's on the call and the people that's starting to come in the business. I didn't do anything special. I just showed up. I just got on the calls. I just did what was necessary. I got clients. I got distributors. I did what I was told. I learned from people that was in positions that I wanted to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel. I was doing Fit Club. Like I was committed to that. You know what I'm saying? I was committed to talking to more people. I was committed to speaking better, higher myself, changing my language. I was serious about having my first language be encouragement, possibility, what can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I was changing myself, and in turn of that, my business was changing because I was attracting new people, right? So I want to give you guys something tangible to write down because I know some of the new people are like, what can we get? I know that's one of the things, like, what can we get? What are some things that are going to be rock solid in our business, right? So I want to talk about the 3 buckets, right? So some people might know about this, some people you might not know. So let's just go over it, right? So the first bucket in your distributorship, because this is the thing, it's simple. We do the same thing over and over and over again. So the first thing that we got to do is prospect, right? So that's the people that we're trying to get to sign up with us, whether they're trying to become a customer, preferred member, maybe they're coming into our nutrition club, maybe they're coming to our whatever, anything that they're coming to our fit club, whatever, right? They haven't done anything yet, but they're the prospects. They're all the people. They're pretty much leads, right? So the more leads that we get, the higher percentage that we can get to bucket 2 and bucket 3, right? So prospects. So what you got to do is ultimately the prospect, you got to be talking to people. So I know people have this thing where it's like, I'm going to do like the minimum, or I'm just going to talk on Instagram. I'm just going to send DMs. I'm just going to do this, that, and the third. And it's like, I want to make it clear that I understand that it's COVID going on, right? But there are people going to the mall. People are going to the grocery store. People are out spending money. People are working out in different places, right? So it's important for you to understand that if you want to take your business to the next level, it's not going to just happen strictly through social media. You're going to have to talk to people and ultimately get people outside of your group, right? Outside of the circle of influence that you know. So you guys remember when I said I posted in that group on Facebook, right? Exposing myself to a lot of people that I don't know. And I actually ended up getting some volume from that, right? So you have to get outside of your comfort zone and prospect more people. So then the second part of that is your customers, building your volume, building momentum, building confidence, ultimately building that customer base. I always say this every year, right? And I might not get to this goal every year, but this is one of my goals, is that I want to help 100 people personally this year. Personally 100 people, right? So if you build that list to 100, imagine what your personal volume is going to be, right? Imagine what that retail income is going to be. Imagine what that could do for your life if you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to take that challenge on. I'm going to go big, right? What y'all over here talking about in the chat? Turn up. Yeah, right. So try to get that 100 people, like prospect for that. So what does that break down to? Out of 12 months, if you try to get what, around 8, something like that, around 8. I'm not the best at math. Around 8, right? Somewhere like that. That's about 10 people a month. So we talk about getting 5 to 7 every month. So just say, you know, I'm going to go for 8. I'm going to go for 10, right? So what would that do for you? Think about 100 new clients this year, because it's early. It's the second call of the year. What's today? January 11th. It's what, 365 days in a year? It's a lot of time. A lot of time to get 100 people. That's not even a person a day. If we have the mindset to get a client a day, to get 100 people out of 365 or 354, right? That's not even a client a day. That give you about a 3-day window. So try, right? Am I correct? Are you trying to correct me? Is somebody? Oh, okay, bet. No, bet. All right, bet. So try to go for that and see what that does for your business. Even if you don't get to the 100, imagine you only get to 70. Does anybody know if they got 70 clients last year personally? Type a 2 in the chat if you know you got 70 clients last year. Actually, let's just bring it down. Type a 2 in the chat if you know you got 50 for sure, like you know for sure you got 50 new clients last year. 1. We got 1, 2, 32. Okay, so listen, we said 50, Liz. The 30 is awesome. No, it's all good. But thank you though. Listen, 50. So we got 2 people that said that we got what, Bino 3. Bino, what up? First of all, let me not in Liz, what up? Steph, what up? Kiana, what up? Jackie, what up? Amanda, what up? Madi, what up? Kiwi, what up? Tango, what up? Michaela, what up? Erica, what up? Christina, what up? Pat, what up? Jorge, what up? Diana, what up? Seth, what up? Jasmine, what up? Ray, what up? Crystal, what up? Fina, what up? Let me go through here. Will, what up? Bino, what up? Takesha, what up? Right? Okay, bet. So, like I'm saying, I started back in May. Okay, cool, right? So you got the what is that, a curve? Whatever they try to call that, whatever, right? Anyway, so like I'm saying, if you didn't even get 50, and that's okay, because do I know for sure if I got 50? I probably got around 50, maybe somewhere around there. I probably did. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing in the summertime. But the thing is, though, was it anybody's goal to say I'm going to try to go for this amount of clients this year? Like, we got to start annualizing our goals, right? Annualizing our goals and then breaking them down monthly and then breaking them down weekly and then ultimately breaking them down daily, right? So for example, if you want to do 5K personal volume, that's 157 a day. I have that written down right here on my board right now because my goals are written down. As a matter of fact, who did their homework that Liz said for the past week? Did anybody write? Type a 3 in the chat if you wrote your goals down every day for the past week, like Liz said. Now, if you weren't on the call last week, it's okay, right? But for those that were on the call last week, did you write your goals down every day? If you did, type a 3. Will, I see you on Instagram talking about that. Will, I believe you, Will. I see you on Instagram, Will. I believe you, right? So if you didn't do it, that's okay. If you didn't do it and you said you're gonna do it, it's time to start sticking to your word, right? It's time to start committing to yourself. So okay, bet. So like I'm saying, ultimately, right, writing your goals down and seeing what that is. So annualizing your goals, breaking that down to monthly, breaking that down to weekly, breaking it down to daily. If that's the type of person you are, right? Because then it makes it a lot easier. So if you say, man, okay, we did 300,000 last year in business. If your goal is 500,000, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing. So that's bucket two ultimately, right? I kind of went off on that, but ultimately bucket two, getting customers, getting new customers, right? Building that list to 100 people, and being intentional with your followers. Because listen, type of four in the chat if you love follow-ups. If you love follow-ups, type of four. Let me see. I don't see everybody type of four. The fours is coming very slow. They coming slow right now. That's what I'm saying. My point in saying that is I know that everybody doesn't like follow up. I understand that might be the case, and it's okay for you not to want to like it, right? It's okay to not like it or not be the best at it or whatever, but it's not okay for you to know that and not try to get better at it if you know that that helps you get more clients, if you know that that pushes the business, if you know that that's the driving force in the beginning. Because in the beginning, right, you're not when you're first signing up, you're not necessarily bringing people with you to say, come do the business with me when you first sign up. You know what I'm saying? The first thing that you're doing is getting clients. So you see what I'm saying? You see how that makes sense? So it's about ultimately you saying, you know what, I'm gonna go get new people and I'm going to follow up because following up gets people to come back. Following up gets people to stick. Following up shows people that you care. So ultimately, like Jim Rohn said, the fortune is in the follow up. Don't forget that. Oh, I see you. Right. I see you. Right. Yes. Fortune is in the follow up. Nah, but I'm going to do it. Yeah. Y'all crazy over here. Right. Yeah, definitely. So definitely follow up. Right. And so the third bucket, right, is distributors. Like I said, the business gets funner when you sign people up. So type a one or what number are you on for? Type of five if you signed up one person in the business. If you sign up at least one person. And if you haven't signed up a person yet, that's okay. Is there somebody in the waiting room? Okay, no. If you haven't signed up a person yet in the business, that's okay. You just got to be a little bit more intentional about getting people, right? You got to maybe work more on your transformation. And when I say work more on your transformation, I don't ultimately mean the way you look. Now, how you look is definitely important for sure. If you're trying to say, yeah, Herbalife works, come do this business with me, it could change your life. Yeah, you're going to have a physical transformation, but that's not the only part. Like I said, who you are as far as a personal development. Are you listening to it every day and that's coming out of you? Are you speaking that to people? You know what I'm saying? Are you really living by that? Do you really truly believe it? Or are you listening just because your sponsor said, or you heard Jerry say it on a call, or whoever signed you up? Like, are you just listening or are you taking it in and actually and applying it? Because them is two different things. Because I've done both. I've been on both sides. I've just listen. Pat has told me, hey, bro, listen to this. And I listened to it just because he said, and I didn't want him to be on my back. I've done that before, and that's okay because I know what it's like when you don't understand. But when you understand the power of personal development and how your mindset is very key when you're doing a business like this, especially when it comes to dealing with people, because this is a people business, right? That your mindset is going to be the most important thing because you're going to be dealing with a lot of different things. And if you're not mentally strong up here, it's going to be rough. I know because I was doing it. I was trying to do the business without doing personal development. Type of six in the chat if you do personal development every day. That's my goal. That one of my goals on here is doing personal development every day, right? Because I know I be doing personal development. Was I doing it every single day? Sometimes I want to turn on Larry June in the morning. Sometimes I want to listen to trap music in the morning. Sometimes, right? But I understand when I fill my mind with Jimmy first, or I fill my mind with Mark first, and then listen to that, you get the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? So personally for me, right? But I believe that the first things that you listen to, it will definitely, you know what I'm saying, get your day going in that route. So like I'm saying, bucket three is ultimately getting distributors and building that business and building the royalties, right? Because it's important for you to understand that if you want to go far in this business, if you want to have longevity in this business, it's going to take for you to understand that I can't do it by myself. It's impossible to make it far in this business by yourself. So you got to have that transformation. You got to start believing more in the possibility. You got to believe in more in what can happen. And you got to be speaking that. You got to be speaking vision. You got to be saying about what it's going to be like, because if you're in my downline, you know, that's always been my thing about how it's going to be like in the next year, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, because it's real. And I've had to change in my personal life to understand that you could go from, like I always say, point A to point B if you do the middle stuff in between, right? So about obviously building your royalties, checks recently dropped, right? So that's amazing. Type of 7 in the chat if you received a check from Herbalife this past weekend. Did everybody know the checks dropped? Hopefully everybody knew, right? That's one thing, right? Hopefully everybody knew that the checks dropped, but the checks definitely dropped. So does somebody want to come off of mute and if you're comfortable, you know, if you could say the amount or just say what that check does for you in your life right now, just because we want to get some testimonies to show people that, you know what I'm saying, that it's very that is real. You know what I'm saying? Like the money is real. It's not like, oh yeah, like it's not for certain people. Like, no, it's for everybody. It's good for everybody. So does somebody want to come off of mute?
I can go.
Bet.
So my check was 800.
First of all, wait, we love you, right? We love you definitely, but we don't know who you are. So we want to know your name and your marketing plan, your position in the marketing plan. That's what we want to hear, right? That's how we do it on the call.
All right, guys. Amanda here, aka Mandy. I'm current active world team member. So my check was $880. That was another way I got paid. But I also do the Satellite Club, which is very powerful. Last month, I made $1,600 out of my Satellite Club, plus my $880 Herbalife check.
Skirt. Okay, bet. So first of all, that's lit. $880. That's a good amount of money for sure, because I know some people don't get that on their check that they work 40 hours a week for. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be able to pull that in from, you know what I'm saying, from what your team is doing, that's amazing. And who knows what you're doing with the $880? I know it's helpful in many different areas. So that's amazing. Thank you for sure. Does anybody else want to speak about what their check does for them, or what you know, what it means to them?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? I'm driving right now. This is Coach Bino. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
All right, for sure. Yeah, so my name's Andrew, Coach Bino. I've been in the business for about going on 3 years now. This month, I was able to pull in $660 on my check. And what that does for me is it allows me to reinvest back into my home gym. It allows me to reinvest back into my fit camp for my community. It allows me to not worry about gas, not worry about the Zoom bill off of me running my fit camp off. And it also helps me just get some groceries for me and my mom's, man. So like I said, I mean, $600 might not be a lot for some people, but it's definitely a life changer when you know you are helping people, you know you are doing something for a great cause, and just to know that there's no cap to this. Just means that we can just continue going, continue flowing, and continue growing. So, yeah, that's my share for sure.
Nah, definitely. That's what's up, bro. Definitely. Thank you for that share. Yeah. So as you can see, and I just want to let you guys know is that whatever the amount of your check is, don't let it discourage you, because there's some people on this call that's like, man, I might not be getting a check, or I would love to have that amount on my check because my check wasn't that much. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, I only got this much. Like if your check is less than what you have gotten before, don't let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, my last check that I just got this last month, or just now, or that's coming right now, it ain't my high. It's definitely not my highest check ever, right? It's not. But I'm cool with that though. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's like to have the $60 check as an active world team member. I know what that's like to have the $100 check where you're like, I know I have a lot more potential. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for all areas, because at the end of the day, it's all extra. Like nobody's doing Herbalife full time, right? So it's all extra. But so for me, right, my check came through, or so it was $1,137, $1,137. So for me, I know that that means that I could go ahead and pay the mortgage on the house without having to go get my money from my corporate job. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that takes a lot of relief and stress off because I was like, okay, I know that my business, like, it's amazing when you can get to the point where you're saying, look, I know my business, no matter what, it's going to do numbers to pay this bill. Type of 8 in the chat if you want that kind of security in your business, right? Let me see. 8. Right. That's amazing, right? So the thing about that is, if you want to have that check to where you know that it's stable, to where you know people are going to stick, like I said, you got to become a new person on the journey. You're going to have to commit to yourself for the long run to say, Kiana, 8, hella 8s. You just held that down, right? 8, right? Hella funny. 8. No, but I'm saying, no, you're going to have to you have to commit to yourself for the long run, right? I know what it's like to say, I know what it's like to go through ups and downs and phases in your journey where you're like, okay, I feel really good. I really feel like getting results. I really feel like talking to people right now. And then I know what it's like to be on the back end and being like, man, life is lifing on me right now. I got X, Y, Z coming at me. I don't feel like doing nothing, blah, 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 blah. I've been there. I was there last year, right? Like a year ago right now, I was in some crazy shit where I was like in a low point in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nobody can. At the end of the day, I just want to be clear with you guys, because if I don't say it, somebody might not say it to you. Nobody cares until you win. Nobody cares until you have a story to tell. Nobody cares until you pull yourself out of them trenches. Nobody cares, right? So if you want to be great, if you want to have a legacy, if you want to be known as that person, like, oh yeah, look at them, right? If you want people to say, I want to be like them too, because at the end of the day, it's about me too. You want people to say me too in the business. If they can get results, me too. If they can do the business, me too. Like, I would love people, like, especially if you know me before Herbalife, especially if you know my circle of friends. If you were a close friend of mine, all of them could say, listen, if Coop could do it, me too, because I'm not special. Again, I want to just say that I'm not special. I didn't come from anything like, no, I just worked hard. I just showed up. And like I said, I just did the things that was necessary. But you're going to have to commit to yourself for the long run, even when it hurts, even when it sucks, even when you don't want to. Wake up, you're going through some shit. Listen, put that shit to the side, because at the end of the day, you're going to grow through it. Y'all seen that meme on Instagram? Hit up that friend that say, Pat, what it say? Man, I'm going through some stuff. Man, you better go through it or around it. Like, man, I want to hear that. You better get around it, but over it, something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You can do better. You're stronger than that. So that's the first part, right? Continuously going no matter what. You got to stay consistent, and you got to keep counting up. You got to keep adding up, right? On no matter what. And then you have to speak, like I said, speak the vision and let people know that, yo, this is possible. Because at the end of the day, when you sign people up, you're giving them a life-changing opportunity. Type a 9, and are we on number 9? Type a 9 in the chat if you sign somebody up and their life changes from signing up in a business. Because this is the thing, right? By you deciding to change your life and signing up in the business, when you sign people up, you're changing their life. You have the opportunity to change their life. My life was changing because my sponsor called me and said, you know what? Hey, bro, you need to sign up and do this business. And I signed a couple people up, and I know I changed a couple people's lives just by signing them up. Just by saying, hey, here go the keys. It's time for you to drive. Some of y'all that did the same thing. So don't be, like I said, you guys heard me say this before, don't be selfish with the opportunity, be greedy with it. Be greedy with the opportunity, give it to everybody. So that means being confident in speaking about what we do. Does anybody have like a weird thing about talking to people that's not necessarily the most confident? Type a 10 in the chat if you feel like you're not necessarily the most confident when it comes to talking to people about the business. Let me see. Ten. Okay, I see a couple of 10s. So this is the dope part, right? Okay, bet. So this is dope, right? So this is where we could get interactive, and this is when we could start to get a little bit better as a unit, because at the end of the day, we all got to march together, right? So does somebody want to come off a mute and personally say like what their issue, their blocking might be? Somebody come off mute, anybody, preferably somebody new, right? But really anybody, but preferably somebody new that's coming on the call.
I can go. Hello, nice to see everybody. My name is Diane. I joined, I want to say maybe a few months back, like 3 months, 4 months, in the midst of everything going on. I just think that for me personally, speaking to people about the business, it's not so much that it's difficult. I love sharing what it is that I'm doing. And I don't have an issue bringing it up, but I think the ongoing communication or kind of like the back and forth interaction with people gets difficult when they're super skeptical. I'm not good at trying to sell something to them or trying to convince somebody of something. I'm more so the type of person, and this is just me personally, where it's just like, well, if you fuck with me, you fuck with me, you know, like if you know that, like, you know, I wouldn't be feeding you no BS. So if you don't want to take it, that's cool. I'll see you in 2 months or something. Like you'll follow up with me and you'll see what's up. So it's just hard for me to really interact with people and have that open communication.
Right. Okay. Bet for sure. Thank you for that. Who's your sponsor?
Lisette.
Ah, nice. Yes, I definitely, I know who that individual is for sure. Okay, bet. So as you say, it's about the skepticism and them being like, I don't know, and XYZ, right? Like, I don't want to try to prove to people I'm not really good at selling people, right? Okay, so the thing about this is, right, and you say how many months in are you?
I'm about 3 or 4.
Right. So that sounds about typical about the person that's on their 3 to 4 month range.
Yeah.
Because in that beginning stages, right? People, because this is the thing. How old are you?
I'm 24, about to be 25.
Have you done something like this before previously?
Like this? No. I mean, I was a manager for a retail store and I did like sales, you know, so I have that aspect of down, but I think it's very different when it's your own business rather than
Right.
selling somebody else's products, you know.
Definitely. So the entrepreneurship, this is new for you in general.
Fact. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the thing about when you're being an entrepreneur in the very beginning, that's the hardest part at the very beginning, because you have to build the belief, one, in yourself, and then two, for the other people around you to see, right? So like I was saying about the transformation, it's about you on your journey first and foremost to say like, hey, look at me. This is what I'm doing. Let me first work on my results, right? And then
Right.
let me start to help a few more people, because at the beginning, your friends and family, like my closest friends did not sign up with me. My family
Mhm.
did not sign up with me, even
Right.
though I thought that they would, because I knew I wanted to help them so much. I was like, yo, this can help my mom, this can help my dad, this can help my sister, this can help all my homies, right? And
Mhm.
at the beginning, they're not the ones that mess with you because they know the person that you are. They know that you might have quit on some things before in your life. You know what I'm saying? They know that you might have committed and then say that you were serious and then maybe fail back, right? So that's
Right.
they know you. So you have to change that view by changing yourself first and foremost, right? And then the second part of that is like I'm saying, staying committed and being consistent on being consistent.
Mhm.
So that goes on all aspects when it comes to getting your results, posting about the products, sharing the opportunity, talking to people, like I say, outside of the people that you know, and ultimately staying the course, because the longevity of what you do is going to reap way more benefits and show way more clout than you just saying, oh, hey, do this with me because I think it's hot. Like, you got to show people why it's hot. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you got to be hot first. You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does. It does.
Right. Okay. Bet for sure. That was some life. And listen, I hope that y'all wrote that down, because that was kind of nice. That was kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. Right?
That's it. That's
Okay.
like,
Bet. Okay. So somebody else want to come off of mute and speak? Michaela, I see you. Bet. Let's get it.
What's up? I'm Michaela. Been in the business for about June, July of this year. I'm current supervisor. I kind of have a question towards what Diane was just saying, kind of like piggybacking off of her, because she mentioned, and that's my thing too, because I know you guys, we talk a lot about, we're not convincing. We're not in the business of convincing. That's not what we're going to do. But then some people do need that push a little bit. So like having how to have that like dialogue with somebody, like she was mentioning, who's like on the fence, or, oh, maybe I want to try something else first, or I don't know. And you want them, like you want to build your team, you want to build your clientele, but you don't want to like get in that back and forth type of race. So like, what do you do, or how do you kind of like have that correspondence with somebody when it's like that? Because that's what I'm getting to. That's like, I keep getting like that running around thing.
Right. Yeah. I think that for me, even so, this is the key part, right? So for those that are those are on this call, you might be like, okay, yeah, Jerry Cooper, Glow Expansion Team member, Patrick Livingston 2.5, you know what I'm saying? Like Tab Team, Amanda Michaelis, Active World Team, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, people don't say XYZ to them. I'm gonna say for me, him and her, right? People still give you the runaround no matter where you're at in the business, no matter where you're at on your journey, whether you started today, whether you started, or if you're 6 years in your business. People, that's just how people are, right? But the way you combat that, I would say, is just ultimately given the facts, right? The facts that dissipate their doubt, and also your experience with that. You know what I'm saying? And the reasons why it'll be beneficial. And at the end of the day, yeah, we don't convince people, but yeah, you got to let people know, like, hey, like, you sure that you want to miss out on this? Are you sure? Because there's a lot of great things, you know what I'm saying? XYZ, and ultimately saying it in your way. And ultimately, like I always try to say, making it cool for you, because you're going to attract a lot of people that are like you. You know what I mean? And ultimately, the biggest way to combat that is to just talk to more people. And I know people hear that and they be like, yeah, you said it all the time, but it's like, that's the reality. And I just want to be clear on that it just comes to doing more and talking to more. And like I said, getting more exposure, because the thing that we're defeating is underexposure from what we do. You know what I mean? So that's that personally. That's my way about doing it. And yeah, ultimately people are gonna say, oh yeah, I don't know, I want to try this, that, and the third. Like I just had a dude hit me up saying, yeah, man, I want to get your program, this and that, da 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 da. Okay, bet. What's your budget? Oh, I think I might be able to invest 100. Okay, bet. Do you have a PayPal? Oh, I think I want to try something else first. Okay, cool. You know what? That's awesome. That's all right. I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna deal with people like that. You know what I mean? How many times you didn't went to the checkout? I was just talking to Seth today. She talking about something. I'm window shopping, trying to buy something, but like, I don't know. Like, that's what people do. They look at stuff, they talk about buying it, but they don't always do, right? They don't always commit to the purchase. So that's just how people are. You know what I mean? So I would say, not that you're taking it personally, but don't take it personally. It happens to everybody. And understand that ultimately, scarcity is what we're beating. That's ultimately what I wanted to say, not underexposure, scarcity. But yeah. So did that help your question a little bit? I literally had back and forth with somebody talking about, I know our life works, but I'm gonna change my diet first, then come back to you. Okay, cool. Let me know how you work for that. I'm finna keep losing my pounds. I'm about to keep getting snatched. I'm about to keep doing my thing. Keep watching me. You can watch on the sidelines or jump on the team with me. That's how I be treating people. I was just talking to my homie the other day, or today. One of my best friends, Willie, he talked about something, man, I wish I would have started working out when you told me. I told you. I told you. I told you that we was about to go in. I told you that we was about to get ripped. I told you I was about to get a couple muscles. I told you we was about to get strong and be out there shirtless. Can't keep a shirt on me. We talked about this on the call last night. Can't keep a shirt on. You know what I'm saying? So like, you just gotta show people. The more people you show, the more people will start believing. So it's just keeping at it, keep digging, you know what I'm saying? I have one specific. Kim, we need you to come off of mute and speak, Kim. We don't want to see this in the chat. We want you to come off of mute and speak, right?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, okay. I'm so sensitive and I hate when they leave me on red.
First of all, your name, your position in the business, that's what we do, right? We got standards on this call.
Hi guys, it's Kim. You can call me Kimbo, whatever you prefer. I am a supervisor currently. I've been in the business since June, I believe. Hey. Yeah, so I have like one specific person that goes out of their way to, come to me about them wanting to lose weight. And I tell them like programs, to work with their budget, whatever. I follow up, leave me on red, even when I, have coupons in there to like give them more for less, and they still leave me on red. Pisses me off. I don't know how to handle
it. One thing that I like
I just keep following up.
I would say is that ultimately you got to understand that some people need to qualify for your time. So I'm not going to keep talking to somebody that's playing, right? But at the same time, though, I'm going to call you. Hey, how many type of what are we back? So what, we type 10? Okay, now we're back to 1. Type of 1 in the chat if you call your clients. Type of 1 in the chat if you be on the phone with your clients. 2, couple people. The ones that's coming in slow. They coming in slow right now. They coming in slow. FaceTime is even better, Steph. So the fact that everybody doesn't call their clients, and that's okay if you don't, but I'm saying that the fact that you call them makes it a little bit more direct. It makes it a little bit more like, hey, I'm personable. Because some of the people, as you grow in the business, right? Not everybody you're going to coach, help, is going to be somebody you know. So because of that, they need to understand the kind of person you are. They need to hear your voice. They need to feel what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hear this. Exactly. Yes, you gonna hear, you gonna feel my energy. You know what I'm saying? So Kim, I would say one thing is to be like, hey, you know what? Hey, let me call you to say, like, listen, let me get you on the phone. Let's go on. Sometimes you listen. I'm going to tell you the truth. Sometimes you got to hold people by the hand sometimes and be like, listen, let's go on the website together. Whatever, .goherbalife.com, bet, okay, add this to your cart, XYZ, boom, while you're on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it got to be like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, if you might happen to feel like this, meet up. We're going to do it together on the same laptop. We're going to do it together right here. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately have people qualify for your time. But at the same time, in the same note, I'm not about to be playing with you. Like, listen, if you're not serious, and that's one thing that you can say, stand in your posture. Are you serious? Like, because listen, every time we talk, you playing games. Listen, and I'm not saying it like that, but I'm just saying, like, why we keep doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask, and it's okay for you to ask, right? Because when you ask like that, people know that you're serious about your business, and they know not to play with your time. So you have to keep that posture first. Like, hey, like, I know what it's like to be nice. Like, oh, hey, yeah, hey, girl. Awesome. I know you hit me up. You can go to my website. But listen, hey, what's up? You trying to order or no? Now, I'm not saying you can't say that to everybody. That's not what the approach that you just go with. But for that person, I would say, you know what I'm saying? You have a few different things that you can do. But I would say,
Thank you.
call, like, hey, what's up? Like, you know? Does anybody else want to speak about like something that they may be facing when it comes to talking to people about the business or getting clients or just talking in general, right? Because I've seen a few more 10s. Steph, what up? And I just want to say for other people on the call too, like, I don't want to be like the all-knowing guru. I'm saying everything. Like, if some of you guys have some good answers, feel free to answer that question. You know what I'm saying? First of all, who said that on Bluetooth?
Mark.
Mark.
Can I mention something? Oh, my bad. Sorry, Michaela, if you want to say something.
Listen.
Oh, no, I think Mark was talking. I don't know, though.
Where's Mark at? I don't even see Mark. Oh, okay, I see you, Mark. What's up, man? Hold up. Let me put you on. Hold up, dude. Spotlight, bet. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, y'all? Mark. Royal team out of St. Louis. So one thing I want to add to that is this. Like, no matter how you feel, no matter how your business is going, it's going great, it's going like not the way you want it to go, people are always going to watch you. And they watch you to a T. So maybe about a week or two ago, I think it was last week, I posted like, you know, this is my first week back. I'm a men's physique competitor, in case you guys don't know. But last week I just started contest prep, which is what I'm in here doing now, wrapping up. And so I posted my before picture, my current picture. And all the comments like, oh, you look great the way you are, blah, 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 blah. One person wrote, they was like, don't believe this. And I don't even talk to this person at all. I don't even have their cell phone number or nothing. They wrote, don't believe this. This is just apply for Herbalife. In 2018, his business did really well. I'm like, how did you know in 2018 my business did really well? Which is the case. I did hit Royal Team in 2018. But I'm like, God, like, did I start slacking in 2019 that much? And then I started slacking even more in 2020 with my results, with posting about Herbalife, with talking about the business. Did I do all that slacking in 2019 and 2020 to the point to where you recognize it in 2021 that 2018 was a great business year for me? You counting my bag. You ain't got nothing to do with it. So yes, I just want to tell you all this. People are always going to watch you. But the best way to get people talking and the best way to convince people is going to be by your actions and not by your word of mouth. Yes, it's great to talk, but it's going to be about those results that you get. That's the best way to shut anybody up. All right, I'm done.
Mark coming with the flame. Mark, what's up, man? You feeling good on Monday, Mark? You don't never get on the call speaking that stuff, Mark. He feeling good. I'm on contest prep. I got my black action figure shirt on. He feeling like that guy. I'm not mad at you, Mark. Go ahead, Mark. I see you, dude. Nah, but but seriously though, yeah, that was some real stuff. Yeah, people gonna always watch you no matter what. And so, you know, you got to make a judgment. They gonna make a judgment on you, whether you stay consistent, whether you fall off. Like you got to understand that you put yourself on a target when you say, "Hey, I do Herbalife because whatever," right? People are just like that. So you got to understand, like, if you want to be like you got to understand that. You ever see do you guys know Style Bell on Instagram? Do you ever see Style slacking? Like, do you ever listen? I've been following Style for since the beginning of my Herbalife career. I've never seen him slacking ever. He's Mr. Consistent. Now, I understand that that's an anomaly. Not everybody can do that, right? I understand that not everybody can be like that, but not that he shared, right? Exactly. But to the world, ultimately, to the view of what people see, he's Mr. Consistent. Because everybody's not with you at all times, you know what I'm saying? Social media, XYZ, right? So through that lens of social media, he's always posting. He's never off of his results. He's always showing capability or possibility. He's always showing what it's like. He's always talking about doing more, right? That's all you see. He's Mr. Consistent. He's never lacking. So nobody can ever say to him, "Oh, I seen you." You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say nothing to him. No, I've been going at it hard. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I understand he's an anomaly, but what I'm trying to say is that people watch you no matter what. And the fact that I can say that I've never seen him not slacking is a fact that people watch. So what are people saying about you? Like imagine what people are saying about you as an Herbalife distributor. Are people saying like, "Yo, she or he be going, they be at it, they be working hard, they be doing that Herbalife thing," or they kind of do it? Because this is the thing. Nobody's going to want to sign up with you. Somebody that's serious ain't going to want to sign up with you via wanting to be a client, via wanting to be a team member with you. If somebody says, "Oh, they kind of do it, they kind of serious about it." Like, no, if you want a bigger team, you got to be serious about it. You got to take it like, you know what I'm saying? More serious than probably how we're taking it now, right? Because we all want growth this year. We all want growth and we all want to get from here to there. So the thing about that is, what is going to keep us going right now for the whole year? Like, think about that, write it down, put it in your phone, whatever, imagine it, right? What is it that's going to keep you going all year long when the things get hard in 2021? And if you know what that thing is right now, does somebody want to come off and share what that thing will be or what that thing is for them personally, or why they'll go hard all 2021?
Hey, Coop, you think I could say something real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, for sure. So one thing that Wonder Woman brought up, and I think another thing that Mark brought up, was that like people are always going to be watching you. One thing that Diane, I want to speak on is that it's okay for people to be skeptical. I think it's healthy for people to be skeptical, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be something where it's like, "I don't know about this, I don't know about that." But at the end of the day, something you just said, Coop, is that like if you believe in yourself enough to the point where you know you're going to be doing the right things, you're putting yourself in the right positions, you're going on the right path, everybody else is going to follow eventually. So it's not a matter of having to do it right now. A no is just not right now. But at the end of the day, skepticism is healthy because it gives you guys an opportunity to show what's really possible within this business, within your results, and continuing to go forward and being the best version of yourself. So thank you for that. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Yeah, you guys got to get to the point to where you guys got to understand that people are going to always say negative things. People are going to always, like, that's the thing. When you're so big in Herbalife, like, not so big in Herbalife. Herbalife is such a big thing that people are always going to say bad things about it. Like people talked bad about Jesus, not to get religious on here. People talk bad about Jesus. People say bad things about Nike. People say bad things about everything. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, no matter how good you are, people are always going to say bad things about you, good things about you, right? So you got to have the tenacity in yourself and the belief in yourself to know that, hey, you know what? This person says Herbalife is XYZ, but they can't tell me about the 10 pounds that I lost. They can't tell me about the booty that I gained. They can't tell me about the muscles that I got. They can't tell me about the income that I made. They can't tell me about the people that I helped. They can't tell me about the team that I'm building. They can't tell me about the experiences that I've had. They can't tell me about the trips that I've been on. They can't tell me about the relationships that I've made. They can't tell me about the memories that I have. You know what I mean? They can't tell you about that. So when people try to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? That weird stuff, right? No weird stuff. But when people talk about weird stuff, you don't hear that because you're so tunnel vision on what you have and what you have already done that this over here doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You got to be so locked into the vision and what's possible and make sure that you guys on the front end experience, right? So like I said, you got to work hard on the front end to get those clients, talk to those people, right? So that you can say, you know what? Yeah, like Diane was saying, she's having people saying that she's skeptical, right? So, but from 6 months from now, she can say, you know, I was working hard. And so I know that it's real because I was still getting clients when people were saying that they were skeptical. I was still making it through. I was still getting results. You guys see what I'm saying? So you gotta have that mentality when it comes to the business. If you want to get to those levels to where it's like, oh my God, like the lifestyle is crazy, right? That's just what I'm saying. We got STS in a couple weeks. January kickoff, actually. January 23rd, I believe. Is that when it is? January 23rd? Yeah, January 23rd. I believe registration opens up in the next couple days, the 19th, I believe. So that's like a week, actually, something like that. That's weird. But anyway, that's what's going on. As you guys know, we got the challenge going on, Bounce Back Challenge. So that's going on right now. We got 2 more days to get people in there. So the cutoff is Wednesday. Pictures are due Wednesday. Other than that, you guys, it's about to be lit. As you guys seen that we have a lot more people in the group. So we just want to welcome those people to the group. We just got a lot more stronger. So the next challenge that we do in February is about to be even crazier because everybody's clients is about to be together. It's about to be a monster. It's about to be a crazy year. All questions are good questions. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that got anything to say about anything is all the way good to speak about that. Actually, I want to say one thing. So for those people, I just want to put this out there, right? So my sponsor was saying this in a direct message to me. All of the people that were qualified to go to Miami, can we speak on that really quick about what that would like? It got canceled because of Corona, right? But for the people that did qualify for Miami, right? Let's speak about that as far as like the work that it took, right? And then the vision that we was talking about ultimately. And Pat, do you want to add to this really quick before we turn it over? Do you want to add to that about what they want to say really quick? Oh, okay, bet. Okay, so so for those that are qualified, I know that Tanya qualified, Amanda, Liz, am I missing anybody on this call that did qualify? No, okay.
I'll share. It's about we're sharing what it took for us to qualify.
Yeah, just so people can understand like the work that it took and so people can just get that mindset about it. Because we were supposed to be in Miami like these days.
I would be shirtless out there right now, yo.
Right. Well, one, I was just super excited that the team was gonna get back together and to travel for one, and let alone just travel for a or qualify for a trip on and paid too. Like we get a whole weekend stay in Miami. On top of that, I'd never even been to Miami, and I've been wanting to go to Miami. So that was also very exciting for me. But for me to qualify, I just locked in. Like I stayed focused and I locked in. I was getting plugged in and I wasn't letting any distractions get to me. And I was aligned with what I wanted. I had like a set goal, like how many PMs do I have to get 5K? How many documented volume how much documented volume I need a day to get the 5K? How many trials do I need to get at that day? How many people do I need to talk to? I was like what Mark Hughes, whatever he was on the call, not on the call, speaking earlier, he was talking about ring. That's exactly what I was doing that whole month. Like I was talking to people, I was staying consistent. I was literally up all night doing it. And but most of all, I was fun. I was excited because I knew no matter what, I was going to qualify and I was going to be there with my team and have the best time of my life. And on top of that, I was working so hard on my booty gains. I was not playing. I was ready to be on the bikini with my 2-piece, showing off, taking pictures on the beach, posting on Instagram, and just showing the lifestyle that I worked hard for.
I would say for me, can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? I would say for myself, obviously when the qualification first came out, I was about a month back in the business. And I was telling Coop, like, man, this is a stretch. 5,000 volume points, man, it seemed like a lot. I'm just getting my feedback wet. And it was crazy because I woke up one morning and it was maybe like 5 or 6 days left and I'm pushing for it. I maybe needed like 1,500 left to make it happen. And yeah, Liz was on me too. Cause I'm like, Liz, you gonna qualify? She like, I don't know. I'm like, nah, you gotta go. If I'm going, you going. But I woke up one morning, it was like 5 or 6 days left, and I needed like 1,500 more volume points. And I woke up and there was a girl under me, and she placed a 900 volume point order out of nowhere. Like everybody at her church wanted to order. So for me, I was just excited to get back with the team. Pretty much what Amanda was saying, go out there, stunt, do our thing, have fun. But I can tell you guys this: if you ever get a chance to qualify for a promotion, like do whatever you can to qualify for it, because I remember my first promotion I ever went on. It was in Palm Springs. And honestly, when I got there, I thought it would be a lot of training. I thought we would be drinking shakes. I thought we'd be doing all of this stuff. And when I tell you, I walked into the house and it was 70 boxes of pizza and it was wings and it was chips and it was cookies and it was poolside and everybody having fun living life. And it had nothing to do with training. I mean, we really just got to enjoy from all the hard work we put in over the last couple of months. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Tango. But for me, we still gonna get paid because we couldn't go. So that's the cool thing about it. But I'm gonna pass to Tango. This would have been his first promotion, so I'm interested to hear what he would have been most excited about.
What's going on, you guys? Tango, World Team up in this thing. What's so crazy about the Miami qualification was that it was me and Coop like hand in hand is talking every day. I was in momentum, and the crazy part is I pretty much did not have a cap. Like there was no ceiling. It was, if that was the goal, 2,500, all right, no matter what I'm getting at, but I'm just gonna surpass that. When it came to hitting 5K, me and Coop was like, yo, bro, we gonna hit 5K. We're going to Miami. Like we were literally like speaking it with truth and like dedication, like, yo, bro, like it's just what it is. Like we're going to Miami. So as everything built up to that, it literally was like, working the hard days, working the hard nights, and working the hard weekends constantly for like the past 3 months of me hitting my best goals, hitting my best results, hitting my best numbers. And it just led to that. Like everything just solidified. Like every sale, every day of that month, literally a sale was kicking in. Wasn't even doing nothing. I didn't have to do nothing. Like people were just buying orders, PMs, retail was hitting me up, people hit me up. So it's like, as long as you really just staying focused, and I think that's the thing that I need to get back into, is that I need to get back in the grind and see how everything was just manifested. And I was more excited of being literally at my first ever qualification at a place I'd never been at with people I never really kicked it with before, or like party with, or like got to meet. So it was like, it was a surreal thing to see how easily it was coming by how the hard work I did, not realizing that it was just gonna come that easy, even though it wasn't easy. But I think the fact that we plugged in, we kept our mind on the goal, which was 5K. I did 65. Who would have thought? I did 65. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no cap. There's literally no cap. But if you really want something and you talk about it and you be about it, then yeah, things are gonna turn around for you. So that was an eye opener for me. And even though we get paid, I still want to go to Miami. But yeah, that's how I felt when I was going towards that qualification.
Liz, do you want to speak on that?
Yeah, I'll be quick, I guess. I'll go real quick. Okay, so I came back in May, and mine didn't start from, like, my momentum didn't start from wanting to go to Miami. My momentum started because I had moved back from San Diego to LA, and I was like, how the F am I gonna afford living out here in a pandemic and not not having steady income the way I did? So when I got back into it, it was like already halfway through May, and I just remember them being like, you could plug into this challenge. And I just got like 19 people into the challenge. Like I just hit up everybody that had ever done Herbalife with me, people that had been in my inbox. I was super consistent on posting. And it was actually the highest volume month I had ever had in the whole 6 years of my Herbalife journey. I had done like 6,300 volume points in like 15 days. It was ridiculous. I was like, okay, so this is what like work feels like, momentum feels like. And then moving out of like the next couple months, I was steady 5K, 52, 53. And then I just remember the promotion coming out and I'm like, oh, I'm going. Like, I'm definitely going. And that month, I low key had like a hiccup. I was like, okay, this is getting hard. Like, I remember being at like 4K, like, yo, I've got to get there. And I also remember, this is why I remember being on Pat's ass, because I've only qualified for one promotion prior to this. And it was in Big Bear. And I didn't know anybody. And Pat qualified, but he ended up moving to Oregon, so he didn't go. And I was hot. I'm like, bro, you my upline, you weren't even there. So I told him, like, if I qualify for Miami, bro, you have to go. Like, you better be there. So we started like this little Miami twin accountability thing. We had both never been to Miami before, but I was already in momentum leading up to it. So if I could drop a nugget, it would be don't wait until there's a promotion. Like, get in motion and you stay in motion, stay focused. And when something pops up, you're already going to have the clientele, and then you can just build from there.
Get in motion to stay in motion. I like that.
Yeah, that was nice for sure. Get in motion. Yeah, you guys. I also qualified to go to the trip. I've actually been on a few trips with Herbalife before through different qualifications or whatever the case is. But I was fired up to go to Miami just like everybody else, because I haven't been to Miami. I didn't see. Y'all know what it's like. Y'all know what y'all be seeing on IG about Miami. I was ready to go ahead and be a part of that, ripped and with abs showing, veins popping, melanin skin on the sun. Yes, I was ready for that, right? But my thing was, though, this is the thing that had me going. And this is and this is ultimately the mindset that you gotta have, that I believe that people should have, is that even if Miami wasn't a thing, right? You still get a lot of stuff for going hard. Like, it's just an extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, the trip is extra, right? So it's like, even if we wasn't going for Miami, I was still gonna go hard no matter what. But Miami was just a little bit of extra boost to say, let me go ahead and get a little bit more volume so I could go for VIP. So VIP was 7,500. I was working till, I remember Pat called me on EOM. What was that, July? In July, like, bro, what's going on? Dude, I'm cracking right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm going for 7,500. He's talking about, you're lying. I was like at like 73 or so. I don't know the exact number, but I was a couple of hundred volume points away. I'm like, dude, I got to call you back. I'm cracking right now, literally working until 12:01 a.m. August 1st. Like, that's the mentality that I had. And that's what it took for me to do the highest volume that I ever did when it comes to personal volume. You know what I'm saying? That's what it took for me, right? So maybe for some of you guys, it might take that for you to just be like, you know what? I'm going to go, sorry for the women, balls to the wall, right? Like, that's the mentality that I'm going to have, and stretch it out from day one to the day 30, 31, whatever the case is, from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., 11:59. Like, that's the mentality that I had. And of course, with the 7,500, you get the VIP cash, you get the trip, you get the special room. But okay, yeah, that's cool. But you also was getting, no matter what, you was going to get the retail money. You was going to get the wholesale. You was going to get the people to come with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was going to happen no matter what. This is just extra. So you might as well combine extra with what you already going to do. You know what I'm saying? And go for it all. You might as well take it all off the plate. You know what I'm saying? So that was a mindset that I had. And that's just how that went down. So I just want to have that. I just want to let you guys know that there are things that you can qualify for this year. Even if you're a new distributor, there's a getaway trip that you can qualify for. You got to look it up. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different call. We're going to talk about that. But ultimately, I wanted to put that part in there to show you guys that there are people on this call that's taking it to the next level, that have done the work, right? And the thing, like I'm saying about me, thing like I'm saying about them, because two of them are in my downline. Actually, I had a third person that also qualified. Actually, a fourth person. I had actually 4 people in my downline that qualified, right? None of us are special. Nobody special. We just stayed at it, stayed consistent. So All questions are good questions. This has been a dope call. I like the interaction, guys. All questions, good question. I know it's 8:02. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to take it too many time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody want to talk, this is the opportunity, because I like to say to people, I don't like for people to say, oh, I don't know about this. And you had the opportunity to ask with a lot of people on the call. You have tab team members, you have active world team members, you got world team members. Like, is there something that somebody want to say about anything? Because if not, it's all good. I can play the music. Y'all can do your Instagram thing, tag your friends, tag your sidelines, tag your uplines, whatever, right? I know y'all like to do that. Michaela, I see you trying to, yeah, go ahead. I see you.
I just had a question just overall. Love hearing y'all, how y'all got to qualifying and everything. But here's my thing, like, because I do this, I think, like, you were like, oh, I just hit up everybody and got them back on the program. Okay, how do you hit up everybody, but how do you get them all on the program? Like, how do you make sure they get back on the program? Like, how do you actually make sure that happens? Yes, Tango.
Okay, so one thing that I did for that was I was honest. I was like, yo, I'm trying to get a promotion for my business. Can you help me out? So so this is my thing. So at that time, I didn't really care about the volume. Or like the profit, I cared about the volume. So like, I'll plug you. I'm trying to get here. I want to get there, and I'll do whatever I need to do and sacrifice a little bit of money to get there, because I'm gonna get a big check in the general, which was my biggest one. But it's understanding that, like, all right, if you're flexible of getting either a profit or volume, definitely you're gonna need the volume if you're trying to get promotions. So that was my thing. Was I was just telling people up front, like, yo, if you're trying to get a product, try some things out with me. I'll give you a discount. And then that was a big piece of what I did for that month.
If you don't have a promotion to use, how I did it before the promotion came out, to like start getting people in motion. But I think that's good too, to always be honest, because I did that month too, like when I was so far away. But before the promotion came out, I literally just hit people up, because I had quarantine weight. Like, I was bigger than I had ever been. So I hit people up and I was like, yo, I need accountability. I'm about to do this challenge. Hop on it with me. If I get somebody to do it with me, my results are going to go crazy, because I'm going to feel like I got to stay consistent because I brought you into it. We could do this together. And everybody that I had reached out to was like, yo, I put on hella weight too. Like, it's a pandemic. People are at home. They're eating. They're watching Netflix. They're chilling. They're not eating healthy. So it's easy for you to just ask people to hold you accountable while you hold them accountable. I think that's the easiest way to come at somebody, is like being honest that you're on a journey too, and it helps you to help somebody. That's how I did it. I don't know if anybody else has anything.
Yeah, I agree with both of what you guys said. And I always like to stress is that it wasn't, and I can't just speak for people, right? But I'm just going to say, right, that for most people, that when things like that happen, it's not because you ultimately just decided, you know what, I know I've been doing 1,800 volume points every month all this year, but this month I'm going to do 7,500. Like, that's not how it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's a continuous buildup up until that. And then that, with the excitement and the momentum, is just an overspill. You know what I'm saying? So just for everybody in general, just to have the mindset to say, I'm always just working for more. I'm always doing more. I'm always building up to the next higher volume the next month. So when you get the promotion that might come out, who knows, in the next 3-4 months, right? You've been like, okay, bet I've been getting 5 to 7 new clients. I've been working on getting a client a day. I've been retaining, I've been following up. So then when it's time for go time, it's time for action. Okay, bet, like, I've been prepared for this. Like, I'm ready to pass the test because I've been studying. You know what I'm saying? Like, the studying is getting the people, and now the qualification in a 1 month, like, it was a 1 month qualification. So it was like, okay, for those that qualify, we've been studying the first 6 months of the year. And now that it's test time, oh, we passed the test with flying colors. We got A+. We was going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? But only because we were studying first, AKA working first. And now that comes with also, right, not saying that you weren't working, but that also comes with having, like I said, longevity in the business. So having time in the business. But let me just say to you guys, right? And this applies for everybody. You can condense time by doing more. Diane, like, let me write that down. Hold up. She like, you know what? That was, she like, hold up. That was a damn good one. Look, you can condense the time doing more. The marketing plan doesn't know time. The marketing plan doesn't say you got to be in the business 10 years before you can get to president's team. It don't say that. It don't say that. The marketing plan doesn't know time. The marketing plan only knows numbers. So are you doing numbers or not? Because at the end of the day, the numbers is what's going to get you there. And remember, right? The numbers is just a representation of the value. The numbers is just a representation of the people. So have more value, have more people. The numbers is going to follow. That was good too. Woo, child. Child, I'm coming with it tonight,
Numbers.
child. Numbers, commas, count up. Anyway,
Checks.
all questions are good questions. No questions? Because we could keep going. Now, if you have to get off the call, I understand, right? But if anybody has any questions, we could go.
So who else was fired up from this call? I'm fired up. I'm fired up from this call. This
Type
call
a
was lit.
three in the chat if you feel like you got something from this call.
I got a lot.
Type a 3 in the chat if you feel like you got something from the call. It's not to stroke my own ego. It's ultimately to see that that everybody's in cahoots about the feeling, right? That's ultimately it's about.
And
Because
I
at
want
the
to
end
add
of the
one
day,
other thing to Michaela's question. So Michaela,
go ahead, Mark.
you asked like, how can I get? If it all boils down to it, just ask people. Look, I'm up for a promotion with Herbalife. Can you help me out? Sometimes it's just being simple. So.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. At the end of the day, like I said, I'd be asking for help too. Just keeping it simple. Stupid. Okay, you guys. Look, so that's the end of the call. As you guys know, HOM is tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific time. So if you're not on Pacific time, I can't tell you exactly what time. 6:30 Pacific time is HOM for tomorrow. Other than that, you guys, that's pretty much it. Let me